Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Norman, also known as King Julian, and welcome to King Julian's page. Uh, so today, I had a chance to stop at a hobby shop to see if I could pick up some of the three-rail O-scale trucks for this boxcar. Unfortunately, they did not have any in stock, and they said it'd be a while, so since I'm on the road, I could not do that. I could not wait around. But later on, I stopped in uh, Osceola, Iowa, and I went to the Walmart over there. And while I was over there, I picked up some black acrylic paint. This was actually for the test piece for the third rail. Oddly enough, while I was there at the hobby shop, though, we tried to color match this yellow to see if they had a color that matched it. Couldn't find it. But while I was over there and went to the arts and crafts to get this for the third rail, lo and behold, I looked down. I had this car with me because I was looking for some little screws right there, just to see if they had any. I found this yellow. This yellow with that little bitty mark right there, you see where some of the clear coats come off? Found it, identical, exact match paint. So that kind of made me feel a bit better knowing that, sometimes modelers did what they had to do. So today, or tonight, or whatever, today, we're going to take this little bit of water, a little bit of this plaid black, excuse me, got tongue tied. We're going to kind of reduce it a little bit in some water, just a little bit, and we're going to paint the underside of this body. And while I was there, I also picked up some of these paint brushes at Walmart from Plaid as well. Odd. But we got some detail brushes that will do just fine for what I need them to do. And they're easy to clean up, and they only cost $3 for a pack. Now, as you get the bigger brushes, they do go up. But for these, $3. That was for the whole pack. This big bottle right here of Plaid black, $3 as well. I don't know if this is going to come out shiny or dull or a satin finish. Either way, it's not going to matter because it's on the bottom side of the reefer and you're not going to see it. So, let's get started. Alright, so we're going to add a little bit of water, just very, very little in there. And we're going to kind of measure this out a little bit. That should be about good enough. You know what? Let's use a craft stick to... Sorry about that. Complete wrong box. Why do I do that to myself? Alright, so, right box. Let's get a little bit more light on this situation here. Whoop. Alright, little craft stick. That sucked. Too sure if I'm liking that. Huh. If anything, it's going to wind up staining. Well, it looks like we may got just a little bit too much water, so we're going to get rid of it. Or get rid of a big portion of it. Okay. Drop of water probably would have been better. Yeah, let's add this a little bit more black. All right. All right, so that's gonna, as it darkens and gets to the wood, that should darken up pretty well. Because I did kind of thin it out when I did this. So. Right there. And let's see. What paintbrush do we want to use? We don't want the thick one. No. Those are definitely too thin for right now. Not really too sure if I like that one. But we'll use it anyways because I do got to do the complete bottom end on it. So, alright. Well, this should not take too awful long. Oddly enough, as you lay it on, it gets darker. I bet that this is acrylic paint. It's going to soak into the wood. Keep that in mind. So you may have to do like another coat of it. Not really too sure. First time I've ever used this. I've always used modeler's paint, so this is a little bit different. But right now, it's actually blending in very, very, very well with the original paint. So chances are it probably was an acrylic paint they used. Probably whatever was available in that area. You know, never know. But like I said, this car was built sometime in the 50s, late 50s, early 60s. So, and there's no telling what type of paints there was available, you know, to that person. So, but I mean, I'm happy with it, so that's all that matters, right? And just like one of the other YouTube channels said, that you know, sometimes being a modeler and this being third rail, that a lot of times railroaders will use what they got on a budget. And sometimes also they will have to do stuff that most people wouldn't do. You know, maybe this guy was, whoever built this car was trying to keep his price down. So he did the same thing. You know. A lot of times, I know y'all been seeing me drop a lot of videos. Yeah, it seems like I'm doing about one every day. Yes, I am trying to get content out to y'all. But again, you know, as running heavy haul and oversized loads, I'm only allowed a certain amount of hours. And there is a lot of times that I'm actually collecting stuff to be able to do content for y'all. You know, whether it's just be, you know, maybe one or two things. Sometimes I might have, you know, 12 different things that I'm working on, and I will have to get the stuff collected to be able to do that. So don't think too much of it. just what I like doing. I like being able to share with what I'm doing with y'all. Even being a truck driver, and a lot of people would sit there and go, Norm, why are you doing this? You drive a truck. Yeah, I drive a truck all right. But I enjoy doing this with y'all. So, you know, they don't like it. Oh, well. In fact, my brother, my middle brother, he has a video production company that he runs out of Dallas, Texas. That is his business called Kraft Productions or Media Productions. I forget what exactly how he has it worded on YouTube, but he does good with it. And I'm happy for him. You know. One thing about this plaid paint I found is that with this being a wood bottom, it's soaking in really, really quick, which is okay. Because I'd much rather have it soak into the wood and harden up than to not, you know. And I will have to find a clear coat that I can mask off and clear it. Not that it's absolutely necessary, but at least for this application. But, you know, it makes it look nicer. Yeah, this doesn't take long to do one of these, so I'm not really rushing, actually. Pretty kind of just goes through. You're just painting the open spaces. And it works great having this plaid paint because if you need to do some touch ups later on, you can. And you can do it pretty quickly and get it done. I do like the fact, though, that this guy used an acrylic paint. It just wound up being a hobby paint, you know, a craft paint. But I don't know, you know, like it goes back again. What was available in that area during the time it was built. Maybe we can go back and do some fine touch ups on it a little bit later. Which I will. I'll refine a lot of these, like these little end supports. I'll get an emery board, go to them, and kind of smooth them out, make them a little nicer, and then I'll just reshoot, you know, redo some brushing on it. And that'll be good. Yeah, let's do a coupler just for fun, see what happens. This coupler, this shiny coupler right here, just ain't really doing it for me. I do like it being painted. Uh, it's actually more of a prototypical color, which I don't know how well I can see that, but it comes out to be more of a actually prototypical style coupler when they're first put on. Ask me how I know. Again, picking up at Cheyenne, I get to see a lot of things a lot of people don't. So when I pick up 80-foot rail, and I enjoy it. I have stood in front of the biggest locomotive, the big boy, the Challenger, the Niagara, and some other things that most people don't know they have. You know, I've stood in front of the presidential train, George Bush train. Uh, and by the way, when you actually see that thing in person, it is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. They really did good with that locomotive when they put 4141 on it. Really, really did. They did an excellent, excellent job with it. Which that kind of brings me to another thing. I did not know that George Bush Sr. was a train buff. And when he was carried to his final resting place, it was done by the train because that's what he wanted. Oh, that's kind of cool. Ooh, we got a little bit right there. We're going to have to get that cleaned off here real quick. make sure the underside's good and coated. All right. All right, let's get that black cleaned up. All right, we'll take that. We're going to get this. A little bit of water in there. All right, there we go. The bottom is now painted, and it is completely done, except for trucks. She got a modern day bottom put up underneath her. And next up, put trucks on her, and get these couplers pulled off and get those up for sale for y'all. Have some fun. We're not going to do any other changes to it. That one I'll leave just the way she is. As always, if you liked what you saw tonight, and you enjoyed the painting and the build of the underframe of the Armour car, please hit like and subscribe. Drop some comments. Let me know what you think. As always, keep the shiny side up and the rubber down. I'll see y'all on the road.